Hey, my creative friends. I am Shannon from Shannon Studio, and you can find me at shannonstudio.com. And I come on every day for creative life tips, talking about a creative life, what mine looks like, things that can help us have creative lives. I'm still feeling kind of puny. I felt good all day, but this evening it's like I can feel I'm a little warm. My eyes feel a little tired, but I'm not like laid out in bed, so I call it a win. So we have Free For All Friday today, and during the week I put out that we were going to make tiles together. So I got some images from you guys, so I'm starting. Oh, can you see that at all? So I'm starting the little designs, and so there's still time to put one in if you want to, but starting, and I'm kind of excited about it. And that leads me to my topic tonight, because I just put it off and off. Because there's a couple of reasons. I mean, there's a couple ways to look at this too. First off, I saw a shirt the other day that said, "Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute." I'm waiting until the last minute. I thought, oh, I so need that shirt, because that is so me. I'm waiting till the last minute. Now, there's a couple reasons why we put things off and people call it procrastination, crazy thing. So it's procrastinating is what it is. But there's two sides to this little procrastination coin. So one side is that hey, Trisha. So procrastination. I don't think you do that much, Trisha. So there's one side of the coin of procrastinating until you don't do something. You don't end up doing something at all. You put it off, and you don't do it at all. The other side, and here's a quote from that in the War of Art. Procrastination is the most common manifestation of resistance because it's the easiest to rationalize. We don't tell ourselves, "I'm never going to write my symphony." Instead, we say, "I'm going to write my symphony. I'm just going to start it tomorrow." So the idea of putting something off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes to be able to actually do it. So that's one side of procrastination. And he actually rephrases that and reframes it as resistance. He calls it resistance. Trisha says, hey, and I sure do put things off. I hate it, but I do. Oh, I'm so surprised you do. You are very much a go-getter. Actually get a lot of things done. Well, you probably use procrastination in the other way that I'm going to talk about. It's more of a form of letting your ideas percolate, of letting things kind of settle into something you can understand. And sometimes it's just like one of these things that says it's just a slow start. So the creativity challenge, they say, young innovators' slow start might look like procrastinating, but their unrushed pace often leads to better results. So you can look at it as an unrushed pace. You're just letting time for the ideas to marinate and to play around. And when you were doing creative things, sometimes we've never done it. I have never done this whole tile thing. I've never done it. So I'm kind of letting the ideas sit and thinking in my mind, how am I going to do this? What is it going to look like? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to say. So I'm kind of letting things roll over in my brain. And that doesn't have a lot of action to it. And so it might feel like it's procrastinating, even though you're thinking about it. Here's another quote. This one's from Time Magazine, The Science of Creativity. And it says, while painting the Last Supper, Leonardo would sometimes stare at the work for an hour. And I believe this was the work of the Last Supper. Oh, yeah, I just said. While painting the Last Supper. Okay, well, let me start over, because that's kind of scary how I'm going. While painting the Last Supper, Leonardo would sometimes stare at the work for an hour, finally make one small stroke, and then leave. He told Duke Ludovico, creativity requires time. I wrote really fast. Requires time for ideas to marinate and intuitions to gel. So, he understood that sometimes it takes time for something. And I've sat and looked, done thing with a painting, and I'm just looking at it, looking over the whole thing, looking how one thing plays against another. And sometimes it's a slow process. I think the only thing is that if you make the difference between the two is if you make the one where you actually don't accomplish anything the dominating nation, the one that always wins out, the one that has become the habit, so that you put something off so long you don't actually take action. So I think that's the only time that really procrastination can be called procrastination. Otherwise, I think it's called other things like resistance, or like marinating thoughts, or like determining how you're going to proceed. So I think sometimes what might look like procrastination really isn't. It's just part of the creative process. And knowing that distinction and not beating ourselves up for it, like, oh, I'm just not doing it, then knowing that that's part of the process, we can just lighten up on ourselves a little bit. But then we can also, if we're having that kind of problem, we can address why we're having that kind of problem. What does it look like? When are the times that it happens? Is it always a certain thing? For me, it's whenever I have something I've never done before and I don't know how it's going to turn out, which is artwork, hello, then I always am like dragging my feet. But then it's something when you sit down to do it, it's like it starts to come about. So just sitting down to do it usually helps me. Even doing these videos, it's like sometimes I'm like at the last minute thinking, what am I going to do? But I know creativity, so it's, and I've learned about it for years. So it's not like I'm going to an empty well. It's just I'm not sure how I'm going to put it together yet. So that is the tip tonight, to not worry about procrastination unless it's a problem. So then you worry about it. So I am going to get a t-shirt that says "Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute." I'm going to get one. And so just know yourself, see where procrastination works for you and doesn't work for you. And yeah. So I'm going to finish up on these tonight, and I will tomorrow later on tonight for you, and we'll see what we have. I'm kind of excited now, and I kind of see a little vision coming together. So remember, you have a creative heartbeat, so listen for it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.